Well, hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to
Hello.
Virtual Coffee Break. How's everybody doing? So
Wonderful.
good to see you. Hey, Amira. Welcome, Luce. Welcome,
Hi.
Shamika. Welcome, Director Burt. Miss Delta. It is so good to see everybody. Did everybody have a great weekend?
Yes, awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I want to start off first with just welcoming everyone to Virtual Coffee Break. We do this training, this episode every Tuesday and Thursdays. I am here with my team of champions. And hello to everyone in Facebook world. Let's wave to everybody on Facebook. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, YouTube. Hello, X. It's good to see everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. So first, I want to talk about. Anybody have anything that we can celebrate? What have you done to move your business forward since we last spoke? Go ahead, Amira.
So I am actively working on a quote right now for a Jamaica all-inclusive a birthday celebration. So I'm super excited because she actually came back to me because she was so pleased with my sending her to Cancun for her birthday. So now she's celebrating her fiance's birthday in April. So we got plenty of time to get in earlier, book the flights a little cheaper. So I'm super excited about that. I have a potential business partner, a upcoming business partner. She's just going to enroll. She's enrolling on Thursday. She was on the IMV this morning and she texted me and she said, "Girl, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I loved it." So I'm really excited about that. So I'm expecting to have my new
Excellent.
BP on Thursday.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And one note I want to make: we did the three-way call with your,
Mm-hmm.
uh, your business partner that's going to be starting this week. We did the three-way call last week, but because
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of time that was going to be between that call and when she actually signed up. It was important for us to keep her engaged, right?
Mhm.
To keep her
Mhm.
involved, give her some homework assignments, invite her to the team Zoom or the IMV, get her plugged into the culture. So it's just super important that everybody recognizes whenever you are sharing your business opportunity with someone and they're not able to enroll into your business opportunity right then and there, it's super, super important to be able to keep them engaged, because every day that they don't join, the excitement goes down. So you have to keep
Mm-hmm.
the excitement level up. And so I'm very, very happy that you invited her to the IMV and she got on and she
Mm-hmm.
was blown away by it. So I think that is
Yes.
awesome.
She was. I originally asked her about it last week, just to, did you catch it? And I said, what did you think about it? And she said she missed it. And she said she was going to get back on Friday. And I said, I really want you to see. I mean, the men handle it on Mondays and Mondays and Fridays, but I wanted you to see how dynamic the women in leadership are. And so
Mhm.
she made a point to pop on, and I'm just so excited for her. She was like, yeah, so I'm super excited.
That's good. That's good. Good job. Good job. Anybody else? What have you done since we last got together to move your business forward? What can we celebrate? Go ahead, Karen. Did I see your hand up? I have you.
That was Delta's hand.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Miss Delta.
What I did was to move my business forward. Is to get in contact with not get in contact with a potential business partner. I was out doing an errand for my daughter, getting her something to eat, and went to a particular restaurant and going through the drive-through. And on my way getting the food, I with, talking to the young lady real quick, because in drive-through, it's a quick thing. Gave her my card, talked to her about the additional income, and got her information. And I was like, and then on my way leaving, I said, oh, by the way, I'm not a crazy person. Just to, somebody, approaching you in that manner. But I'm getting in contact with her and things like that. And just, being vigilant and moving forward and talking to people, just staying consistent and every opportunity that I have when I'm out and about, just, talking to people and making the approach and moving forward, and just sharing what I have. What I have is awesome. So I'm in the business of sharing what I have with others.
I love it. I love it. Building your network, expanding your network. And that is super important for 2024. Because guess what? You can't keep marketing to the same people you were marketing in 2023.
Amen.
Who have made it clear that they're not ready or not interested. You can't keep marketing to them in 2024. Yes, we're going to keep the door open, right? Because some of those people may become ready, but you have to put some new people in your pipeline, right? I know yesterday I spent at least an hour just adding new friends. Just adding new friends, because I need new eyes on the information that I'm sharing. Now, am I going to go ahead and peak them right away? Nope. I'm just adding them to my friends list, making that connection. And over the next, few days, few weeks, few months, I'm building rapport with them, because I'm going to be liking and commenting on their social media. I'm going to be showing up in their notifications. So we're building rapport, right? So that is super, super important. Miss Boss Lady said, I did join the 1K travel group that was hosted by IntelliTravel with Jessica, and went back to call the wedding expo leads on the travel side and sharing my business cards out and about and following up. Excellent, 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 excellent. Good job, Boss Lady. She is working her business. And let's see, Facebook user, they said actively and currently working on a 42-person group cruise for a client who came on her birthday group cruise. That is excellent. So you had a group cruise for your birthday. You had people on, and now one of your people, they want to do a group cruise, and they already got 42 people lined up for it. That is fantastic. I think, that's maybe what I should be doing for my birthday. I don't know. Maybe I should do a group cruise. I like that. That is excellent. Excellent. Congratulations. Congratulations. Anybody else? What have you done? Go ahead, Shamika.
Over the weekend, I got 5 no's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've never been excited to get no's, but I got 5
Go
no's.
for no, right? That's what we say. Go for no. Absolutely.
Yes, I did expose 10 new people. And I got those 10 new people from a post that I put out a while ago, where some friends on Facebook actually shared a post for me and just tagged me in it. Mm-hmm. And now, even a week later, it's still people that's saying that they're interested. So I exposed 10 new people through those tag posts. I had 2 3-way calls, and I got 4 yeses. So I got somebody who's supposed to be signing up the end of this month, and another person that's supposed to be signing up the beginning of February. And then I also just have some follow-ups from the previous month who said they were going to be ready starting this week. So I'm excited to just keep going. And one thing y'all can celebrate is I've been dressing up every day ever since the 1st. So it's hard because I like my pajamas and I like to be comfortable, but I celebrate myself because I've been dressing up every single day since the 1st of this year. So I'm excited to just keep that going. And I feel amazing.
That is. How does it make you feel to dress up every day like you're literally going to somebody else's job?
It makes me feel like a boss. I feel really good. I hope my kids get over it. Where you going? Where you going? I'm not going anywhere. I'm just dressing up to do work. I'm doing business. So it definitely does make me feel really good. I feel ready to just tackle on all my goals and everything. So it makes you feel good.
I love that. I love that. Well, congratulations on your nose. And I want to offer you one bit of advice. I heard you say, I have someone who's supposed to sign up the end of the month. That comes off negative. I want you to change your vocabulary and say that I have a new business partner that will be signing up, not supposed to be.
Okay, I have a new business partner that's going to be signing up the end of this month.
That part. There we go. There we go. Doesn't that sound much better than suppose? Like when you say suppose, it's like, I don't know if this one's gonna come through or not. They might. You don't want to put that negative energy out there, right? You want to put that positive energy out there. Okay. Yes, Amira, you got to go back to you talking about the dressing up every day. What are you referring to? Go ahead, talk about it.
I'm talking about the dressing up because when I first started, I was following your lead and I was putting on clothes and I was getting dressed every day. And I don't know if I just ran out of clothes or what, but I just stopped. I think I started getting sick and I just stopped because I wasn't feeling it. But even with me not feeling my best right now, like I can do that. I can do what I can. And so it's really dope that you like that's a real gentle reminder to me to get back on my grind when it comes to that. So I'm glad that you shared that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else want to share what they have done to move their business forward since the last time we got together? Let's celebrate your successes. Hey, Kay.
Hello, how are you?
I am amazing.
Yes, you are amazing. I have been working diligently with my commitment to do 35 a day. And I'm just going to be real transparent. I have not gotten to 35, but I'm just proud of myself that I'm working towards it every day. I don't say, well, I didn't do 35 today, so I'm not going to even try today. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go a little further than what I did. And I know the day that I get 35, I'm going to be jumping up here, screaming, probably run down the street. But I am working towards it. And because of it, I am, talking to more people and getting more commitments. And one thing that I'm going to start doing that I heard you say today, you and Amira, that, I have people that are saying that, yes, they are. I have people that say they're going to get in. They're going to get in. And I am going to do what I haven't been doing. And I know I should have been doing, keeping them plugged in. Keeping them plugged in until that date comes. And what usually has happened when that date comes, I call them and now something's come up or they can't do it or they want to put the date out again. But now I'm going to start inviting them to the IMV, invite them to the Wednesday night team call that we have, just sending them videos to just having contact with them every other day. I don't want to seem like I'm bugging them, but every other day, I'm going to be kind of like, I'm so excited about your date is getting, I'm so excited about being a business partner with you. Here's something that you can do until that time comes. So.
Absolutely. And give them homework assignments.
Homework. That's what you're saying.
Give them homework assignments. So absolutely. Absolutely. The first thing I say to the new business partner who has, a week or so off before they join is I ask them, how soon do you want to make this investment back? How soon do you want to make your investment back? And of course they say, as soon as possible, right away. I'm like, okay, here's some things that you can do between now and your enrollment date that will help you so that when you enroll, we can take off like a rocket. And so for our industry, we're in the travel industry. One of the things I tell them to do is come up with a name for their travel agency, right? That takes a while. How many of you had a name right away? Yeah, nobody, right? How many of you, it took a long time for you to come up? You were going back and forth, right? Should it be this? You were asking family and friends, help me come up with a name, right? It's not an easy task. And for most cases, whatever you're thinking, somebody else already took it, right? So you have to go back to the drawing board. So that is one of the assignments that I give someone that's waiting to enroll. And the other assignment is starting on their list, right? Who do you know that would be interested, or who do you know that this business could benefit, Who do you know? Who do you know who could benefit from this business opportunity, right? And it doesn't matter what network marketing business you're in, right? You know people who could benefit from your business opportunity. And so you want to just start writing those names down. And can we all agree by show of hands, everybody could use some extra income? Everybody, right? Because the millionaires are looking for a way to make another million, right? The billionaires are looking for a way to make another billion, right? So everyone could use some extra income, even if they just want to, give it away and be a blessing to someone else. So as you're writing your list, that I tell the new business, the business partner that's going to be joining, right? The future business partner, I tell them, who do you know that could benefit from this business? And you just write their names down, and next to their name, put extra income. Because we already know everyone could use extra income. But then I tell them I want them to think of one other reason for why this business could benefit that person. And then I give them some leads. I'll say to them, do you think that people with children could benefit from this business? And they're like, absolutely. Right? Because kids are expensive, right? The bigger they are, their feet grow, they need new clothes, right? The bigger they are, they just start to eat more. They want to do things, and the things they want cost more money. And so I say, okay, everybody that you know who has children, write them down, write them on the list. And next to their name, you're going to put extra income, children, right? Real simple, right? Then I'll say, okay, what about homeowners? Do you think homeowners could benefit from this business opportunity to make extra income? Absolutely, right? Because where my homeowners at? When you own a home, you need an emergency fund, don't you? Because guess what? If the hot water heater goes, you can't call the landlord, can you? Nope, because you are the landlord. Exactly, right? So people who are, go ahead. Kay, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I was just saying that my garbage disposal was out right now, and I am the landlord. Lord Jesus.
There you go. Exactly. Right. So when you own a home, it's understood, ladies and gentlemen, you have to have an emergency fund. You have to have, and this is a separate emergency fund outside of the other, just having an emergency fund. This is the home emergency fund, because anything can happen. There's nothing worse than having your AC go out in the middle of the summertime. And if it's going to go out, guess when it's going to go out? In the middle of the summertime, right? The AC won't stop working in the fall or the winter. It's going to go out on the hottest day during the heat wave in the summer, right? So it's super important. Another lead I will give them is, what about self-employed people? Those 1099 gig workers, right? What does retirement look like for a self-employed person? What does retirement look like for someone who's doing DoorDash full time? What does retirement look like for your barber? What does retirement look like for your hairstylist or your nail tech? What does retirement look like for those real estate agents, those insurance brokers that are independent contractors? There's no 401k for them. So if they stop doing, they stop eating, right? So everybody that you know who is a self-employed independent contractor, you need to add them to your list and put extra income self-employed or extra income contractor, independent contractor. All right. And then what about, now for our industry, we'll say people who travel. What about people who travel? Couldn't they benefit from this business? Absolutely. So everyone that you know who loves to travel, add them to your list and put extra income loves to travel, right? Let's talk about the retired people. They're on a fixed income. Do you think that retired people could benefit from our business opportunity? Absolutely. So everybody that you know who is retired, they need to go on your list, and next to their name, you're going to put extra income and supplement retirement. Yes, Amira. She said, and retired people have time. They do, right? What about Generation X? That's my generation. Generation X, first of all, we're looking at our 401k and we need tissue because it looks just that pitiful from like 3-4 years ago, right? And not only that, Generation X, according to the government, they have about another 10 to 15 years of working before they can retire. Do you think they want to do that? When we have an opportunity that could potentially help them retire within the next 3 to 5? I promise you, if you hit up a Generation X person and say, hey, if I could show you a way to earn some extra income from home so that you can retire in 3 to 5 instead of 10 to 15, is that something you'd be open to taking a look at? Guess what they're going to say? Yeah. They're going to at least want to take a look at it. Let's see, 3 to 5 years working, 10 to 15. I think I'll take the 3 to 5, right? So I tell the future business partner, everyone that you know who's Generation X that still has another 10 to 15 years of working before they can technically retire according to the government, add them to your list and put extra income next to their name and early retirement, right? And then what about the millennials and Generation Z? They are a unique group of people. They grew up in a digital age, right? That Generation Z, and also the millennials. And they don't really want to work until they're 65, do they? They don't have that old school mind like our parents where we work until we're 65, 72 years old, and then we start living. They don't have that mindset. Kim said, I'm a Gen Xer and there's no way I want to work for someone else for 10 to 15 years. Exactly. But right, those millennials and those Gen Z, they want to find a way to live their best life right now while earning a living. They're not opposed to earning a living. And I think some people misunderstand that generation. It's not that they don't want to earn a living. They just don't want to earn a living the same way their parents or their grandparents did. That's the difference, right? Talk about that, Shamika, because you part of would you be a millennial?
Yes, I'm a millennial. And you're right, because I saw how my mom worked so hard. She still's working hard. I see how hard my dad works, and it's like I don't want to work that hard for somebody else. If I want to work that hard, it's gonna be for me. And I had to come to realization, like I'm not knocking people, who have jobs. Of course, you need a job, but it wasn't certain. After you become an entrepreneur, it's like you don't want to work a job anymore. You go there, you like, this is what y'all doing over here, like, oh. So I definitely, it's like now I'm like, I am kind of like the first entrepreneur in my family, and so I'm going to change that, trajectory, because they make you think, oh, you need a job, you got to have a job, get a job, everything is job, when that's just enough to get you by.
Right.
And
just over broke.
Just over broke, and you do just enough work not to get fired.
That part.
The thing of it is, you can take that transferable skills, because we go to jobs sick, whatever, your car broke down, you're gonna make it to that job. So you just have to think that same way when it comes to your business. And so I'm like, I don't want to work as hard as my mom did, and I want to be able to pay off her bills, for the full year, where she can enjoy her best life and she don't have to work that hard.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't want my kids to have to work that hard. So they see me, and what I do. It may be hard. The hardest part is committing to do it every single day, but I literally do it from home, and it's just I can't. My kids gonna see me work hard, but they're gonna see me do it for myself.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, so to my future business partners, I'm telling them, add everybody who you know is a millennial Gen Z, add them to your list, and you're gonna put extra income, living their best life right now. Because that's what they want. Isn't that what we do as network marketers? We find out what people want out of life, and then we show them how our business opportunity can help them get it. That's what we do in the industry of network marketing. And so I'm having this future business partner start their list, and I specifically tell them, do not tell anybody you're about to start this business, because we don't want to ruin the business launch, right? So I give them just the assignment to start working on their list. And notice how by providing those leads, right, giving them some examples of people to think about, notice how many more people you can add to your list, as opposed to saying, write down who do you think would be interested in this business. When you think about who would be interested in this business, or who do you think will say yes to the opportunity, that list is probably 5 people long. Because we all think, oh, my family ain't going to be interested. My friends are not going to be interested. My network of people, right? But when you change that, when you flip it and say, who do I know that could benefit from this business opportunity, that helps people come up with a really, really long list. Totally different mindset. And now, based on just those leads that I gave you, children, 2 jobs. That's the other one. Do you think people who are working 2 jobs could benefit? Right? So they need to go on the list. Let me get my banner up, because I'm thinking there's some people. So let's see. We're gonna scroll this. So we have, what do we say? People with children could benefit. And we said people with 2 jobs, homeowners. Y'all come off mute as I'm typing. Retirees.
Independent contractors.
Oh, yeah. See, I almost forgot that one. Independent contractors.
People who travel. Did you say that already? Homeowners.
No, I was about to say that. Yeah.
People who love to travel.
Yeah.
You got the millennials, the Gen Xers.
Millennials. How you spell millennials? I always get that wrong.
MILENIAL.
Wait a minute, hold on. MILL.
ENIALS.
There we go. Millennials, and we said Gen Z. And then we also said Gen X.
Mm-hmm.
Did we leave anybody out?
I'm thinking business owners, like you said,
the independent contractors.
Independent contractors, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You said homeowners. You got them?
Yep. So let's see what we got. Children, working 2 jobs, homeowners, retirees, independent contractors, people who love to travel, millennials, Gen Z, and Gen X.
I would like to add people with health issues and disabilities.
Disabilities, yes, good one.
Because one thing that's a huge focus for me is the time freedom and the personal freedom that you need to recover and to be able to do that on your own time. So I think that's really important that they know that they can actually, I can make money and still do this and still like, because they get capped, right? So
Right.
if they can get to a point where they are empowered enough to have their own unlimited income and not have to worry about being capped for disability and stuff like that, I think that's dope. That's a big thing.
Okay. How would you categorize someone that's taking care of their parents?
A caretaker.
Caretakers.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Caretaker.
Caretaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Let's add caretakers to the list. Because I think that's a good one. There's a lot of people who are caretakers, especially for their elderly parents. So that's a good one. Thank you.
Special needs children. There's a lot of people. There's a lot more children that are coming out being special needs, and they need further assistance. They might have chairs or something
We
like
were
that, or they
talking
might
about
not. The parent
that
might not
last
listen.
night. Yes.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. So everybody write these down, because as you bring on your new business partners and you're helping them make their list, these are the things that, and this to me is, you know how we have the memory jogger. To me, this is memory jogger 2.0. Because the old way of looking at the memory jogger, we used to say, okay, you know, give me some things that are on a memory jogger list. We would say people you went to school with, people who
at your church,
people who go to church with you.
your old neighbors.
Right. Your old teachers, or people that go to school with your children, you know.
Classmates.
Right. Classmates of that. For me, this is just, y'all know, this is just the world according to Tanisha, and it doesn't mean anything to anybody but Tanisha, because I think differently than most people. To me, the old school memory joggers, like, that's dead and stinking. It's just not effective. This is way more effective in helping people come up with a list than the old school memory joggers. Does anybody disagree with me on that? I'm open to the opposition. Mr. Burke, what are your thoughts on that?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think I do find some value in the old school memory joggers because I'm old school and it does help me remember a lot of people that I might have forgotten before. But yeah, I'm definitely also down with the new school way of thought as well. So yeah, it's like, why just abandon one thing and just use another one when you can just, you have the ability to be able to use them both. That's how I feel.
Okay. I'll accept that, because after they come up with this initial list, it needs to be a running list. And so now they can use the old school memory jogger to think of the people, but then kind of see what category do they fit in with the new school way as well. Right?
Somebody added in the chat. I didn't see teachers, and I don't know why I didn't say that, because I deal with teachers all day long, and most of the people on my team were teachers because they're out in the summer and they're looking for, teachers. We're the highest. We have the highest job and the lowest pay. And I did want to say too that I like how you said all of the extra income first, that goes on everybody, and then you add to that, and you said all these other things, and then people who love to travel kind of further down the list, because we want our new people to think about it's not just travel. Yes, travel is our business, but we want them to think about it's a business, it's a business. So let's think about people that other things, because everybody may not like to travel, but everybody want to make money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes back to, how I'm always preaching, stop leading with travel, right? There's so many other things, because really the people who are stable financially, yeah, they're traveling, but there's so many people who are not stable financially who would like to travel. That's a bigger pool of people from you to pull from, right? So this is just kind of some little leads to help your future business partner come up with their list. And then in addition to this is now when you can start getting into the different professions, right? And to Kay's point, and Brandy as well, yes, teachers are great for this business. Anybody that's in sales is great for this business because they understand sales. They understand I can make more money working off of percentages than I can off of, a flat rate or an hourly rate, right? That's why they're in sales. They're not afraid of the commissions because they know that there's no limit to how much money they make when you're in a commission-based business. People that are in healthcare is an extremely stressful industry to work in. And so, especially over the last 3 years, healthcare workers are burnt out. And there's a mass exodus of people leaving the healthcare industry. And they're like, I need something different. Same thing with educators, to be honest with you. There's a big exodus of educators and healthcare workers. They are leaving their industries in droves. Some of them have been in it 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and they are leaving those industries in droves, and they're looking for a new career path. And now they want to do something fun that they can enjoy. Right.
Can I add people in the hospitality industry?
Absolutely.
They really have a passion for the ones who have a passion for helping people and serving people, because hospitality is all about service. So you already they're already going to hit the ground running if they just have the opportunity to help people and not be treated like crap with whatever restaurant or hotel that they work at. So I think that that's a really good thing too. In fact, I just want to share this, please. I had one of the best three-way calls with director Andy Burke with a chef that I used to work with. And let me tell you, first of all, because you already taught me, because I had my first three-way call without you was with Shamika. And I could not understand the different ways that everybody presents their stuff, right? So I had a moment, I was like, okay, I need to understand this. Like, what's going on? You didn't say this. Now how Tanisha says it and all this stuff. So Director Burke, AB, got on my phone with my prospect and he showed out. It was one of the best three-way calls I have had. And I just wanted to go ahead and give you a flex, Director Burke. Because you really, go ahead and flex. You did an awesome job. And just with that, the reminder of that is I'm going to put him the same way I put for my one that's signing up on Thursday. I wanted her to get connected to the women. I'm going to get him on his IMV on Friday to make sure that he hears from the men. So I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm expecting for him to get connected and for him to sign up too. So AB did an awesome job. So I'm very happy.
Let's go a little deeper on that. And I'm glad you brought that up. What made the call really? What elements of the call made it a great three-way call?
Well, he talks a lot, but it's very it's always very relatable. Like everything he says is very relatable. And even though my prospect wasn't in the same industry, he understood the work ethic because he's an executive chef. So he understood when Director Burke was talking about his work ethic and how he shows up, how he works, and then with the audacity he does, because I don't know his whole story. So he shared much more of his story than I knew. And so when he was talking about his employee of the month moment, and I know because I used to work with this guy, how they did not properly appreciate him when he was busting his behind the line, when he was just a line cook, when he was over the fryers. So now he's an executive chef And Director Burke was just relating to him just with respect to a man with this work ethic and how it could grow and improve. He answered every one of his questions in a way that was, for instance, he was talking about cars. He said, you know, there's no point in having a Lamborghini if you're just going to leave it in the driveway. Only people who are going to see it are the people who you have come in the house or come in the garage or whatever. And he said, the only way you're going to show people about this business if you drive that thing around. Right. So, and I think just the way that he put it, that just the way that he delivers his isms is what he calls them, them planet isms, was just the delivery of it. And he's very conversational. He's very passionate. And I know that Lamont, because I've spoken to him since then, he really enjoyed the conversation. So I think it was super dope just to show that you're energetic and that you're knowledgeable and that you're relatable. And Excellent. It was just the way he expressed it. And it was a really awesome call.
Let's give it up for Director Burke laying that three-way call.
He killed it.
Proud wife moment right here. But it's so important, everyone. It's so important to have different people do your three-way calls. I know you have your favorites. I get it. But everybody does them differently. And you need to know everyone's style so that you can match your prospect with the right person. Right? I'm great at a three-way call. I could slay a three-way call. I could teach people how to do a three-way call. But if you have someone that's in the military, wouldn't it just be better to get them with someone who's also ex-military or active duty than to get them on a call with me? It's not that I can't do it. Yeah, I can do it, but it would just be a better experience for the prospect if they get on the call and speak to someone, right, who's in the military. Just saying, right? So don't limit yourself because you're holding yourself back by just going to the same person over and over and over for your three-way call. Now, granted, there's going to be times when someone needs a specific time and, you know, nobody else is available because everybody else is working, you know, yeah, we get that. And then you just got to get whoever you can get. But when you can match your prospect with someone that is relatable to them. I tell all my new business partners, if you get a male, get them on the phone with Director Burke. Because some men have a problem being led by other women. So men need to really, really connect with men. And the good thing is we have a lot of great men leaders in the company, just even in our organization that can do the three-way call, right? So regardless of what industry you're in network marketing, this is a general rule, right? That I feel everybody, if you're going to have a prospect for your business, if you're going to have a phone conversation with them, with your senior, with your upline, right? You want to match them with someone in your upline who is going to be relatable to them, right? If your prospect is a single parent, get them on the phone with someone in your upline who's a single parent, right? We talked about military, or let's say your prospect is in law enforcement. If you can, get them on the phone with someone in your upline who's in law enforcement. If your prospect is single, no kids, get them on the phone with someone in your upline who's single with no kids. The conversation is going to be so different than speaking to someone who's married with kids with all these responsibilities. Single people don't understand responsibilities like that. They only got to worry about themselves, right? If they don't want to eat, if they just want cereal for the night for dinner, they can do that, right? When you have a husband and kids, you can't do that. Their responsibilities are just so different. So this is why you want to definitely use multiple people to do your three-way call so that you can start making a list and making little notations of how they do the call so you can use the right person for the right call. That's going to go a long way with closing your people. Now, I'm going to say this because there's a flip side. There's some people who do three-way calls that are not ready to be doing three-way calls. So you need to know who those people are too. Anybody ever had somebody do their three-way call? Well, let me give a scenario. Because this has happened to me. You got a prospect. They hot. They like an 8, 9, 10. They practically ready to sign up. Right? And you get them on a three-way call. And by the end of the three-way call with your upline, now the person doesn't want to join. Anybody ever? I've had that happen. And I was like, oh, I could have did this call myself. Honestly. I've had that happen as well. So yeah. Josephine giving you shout outs, Director Burke, because you did a call for her. And she said you were phenomenal. I love it. All right. Amira said, yep, she could relate. Oh, she can't relate. Okay. That's good for you. That's good for you. But yeah, there are some people who may be doing a three-way call and they just butcher the call and practically talked your prospect out of joining.
What do they say to butcher the call? Like where do they go wrong, do you think?
They would go wrong by not listening. Who's off of mute? They would go wrong with talking about what they want to talk about and not listening to what the prospect is saying. So, for example, let's say I joined the business for the travel side. I'm an avid traveler. I love booking travel, been doing it for my family for the last 10 years. I love researching and doing all of that. I love it. Passion. Travel is so much my passion that if I didn't get paid to do it, I would still do it. Evidence being I've been doing it for 10 years for my family. And so let's say, for example, then you, Amira, you get on the phone, you're my expert, and you got started for the marketing side. You like, I need the money. I'm looking to make 6 figures, whatever. And so on the call, you're talking to me all about the marketing side and the money and really not diving into the reason why I wanted to take a look at the business. You're talking about why you joined. Not that you shouldn't share your story, but I'm just saying the conversation is basically trying to get me to really, really focus on the marketing side without acknowledging what drew me to the opportunity as well. Now, there are ways, because I do it all the time. You've had me do the 3-way calls. Every conversation that I have, 99.99% of the time, I'm able to push it to the marketing because I'm looking for builders. You're looking for builders. You want to get to your next level. But I never discredit the reason why the prospect wanted to look at the opportunity in the first place. In fact, I asked them up front in the very beginning of the call. I say, tell me who you are and why are you looking at this opportunity today? That's the first thing I ask the prospect. It's literally like the first thing I ask them because I need to understand why they want to join the business so that I can bring that up and address that during the conversation. But ultimately, I'm going to ask the proper questions. And usually it's around how much money they want to make. That's going to allow me to now drive the conversation to the marketing side. So I'm asking why they are looking at the opportunity. And if it's all about, the travel, I'm going to make sure I address that for them. But then when it comes down to, well, how much money do you want to make on a monthly basis? Now that gives me the opportunity to drive the conversation down to the street called marketing. Does that make sense, Amira? There's a skill to it. there's a skill. Anybody have any questions about that? No? Makes sense? The funny thing is, this wasn't even really the topic I was going to discuss today, but I love the way this is going. Anybody learning anything so far? What are your takeaways from today's conversation that you can immediately put into action to help you build your business? Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Director Burt.
Yeah, can you hear me
Yeah.
loud and clear? All right. Yeah, my biggest takeaway is definitely like when it comes to the people that you're using for the three-way calls, being able to match your prospect with the best person. I mean, I remember one time I had a prospect who was very excited, and they were about like a 9.5 to join, and I got him on a call with Greg Scott. But because Greg did not show the enthusiasm that the prospect did, Guy just totally, went on witness protection after that. So
Yeah,
it was just one of
we
those
all
things I
love
needed
Mr.
to,
Scott.
yeah.
But with that, yeah, he's gotten a lot better with that law enforcement being a retired federal agent. Sometimes he doesn't show excitement, kind of like Mr. Bradley. Anybody ever see Mr. Bradley excited? No, right? He's always business, business, business. So here's where the colors come in. You got to match the energy, right? So if your prospect is a blue and they're like high energy, you can't come to them with that monotone, low energy trying to do the call. So that was your situation, right? Director Burke, your prospect was a blue, right? But your expert came with low energy that didn't match the blue energy.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen sometimes, right? So again, this is why it's your responsibility. You got to know your experts. What are they going to bring to the table, right? Now, let's say, for example, Director Burke's prospect was a red. That call would have went totally different, right? Because the expert would have brought exactly the red. We don't need all that. We don't care about you being all, just give us the money, right? And then in that case, the expert was perfect for a red. But in that situation, unfortunately, it wasn't the right person for a blue with high energy.
Exactly. I didn't relate that person to the right business partner where I could have got the most successful three-way call. I was just looking at it like, well, this is a guy and I need to get him on the phone with the guy. And I'm thinking like Greg Scott right there would have basically took it, but I needed to go deeper into like the colors training with all that and everything. But yeah, I learned a lesson, and there are people that I've gotten on a phone call with Greg and he knocked it out the box.
Exactly. So
So
it's not that the expert wasn't qualified to have the conversation. And I want to make that clear. We're not saying that anybody wasn't qualified to do the call. It's just that the personalities, the energy didn't match up. Right. And so
exactly.
Mr. Director Burke's putting that on himself. Like I needed to do more of that colors training to make sure I put the blues with the blues and the reds with the reds and the yellows with the yellows and the greens with the greens. Right. That is something that you absolutely want to do. So Kim said her takeaway is plugging the people in before they sign up, and having them name their business. Exactly. Anybody else want to share their takeaways?
I share my takeaway. This was kind of just like a side note as I was talking. To just take notes. Take notes while you are doing these three-way calls. Because it definitely helps when you following up with them. Let's say they don't sign up. When they're talking to your senior business partner, of course they're gonna say something to them that you probably didn't even know, right? So what I started doing was taking notes and putting it in by my contacts, in the contacts in the notes section. So that way I follow up with them. I can say, hey, Amy, last time we spoke, you said you were super tired of your job. You didn't want to leave there. Just following up to see, if you were still open to taking a look at how this opportunity can help you, replace your check or give you some supplemental income. So to just take notes.
Absolutely.
Why you, especially when you're doing those three-way calls.
Absolutely. And in general, and thank you for bringing that up, just to piggyback off of what you're saying, Shamika, that's something that I am making sure that I do more consistently in 2024. And that is taking notes after every call. After every call, I want to make a note of, like, for example, yesterday on the way to the meeting in the hotel lobby, I had my director jacket on. I was looking sharp, and someone who was checking in stopped me and asked me about the stars on my jacket and asked me what I did. And I was like, I help people who want to earn extra income start their own home-based travel business. And he's like, I could use some extra income. And so we exchanged information, and I'm following up with him this afternoon. But I immediately went to the notes and made a note electronically where I met him, what he said, and that I sent him the video. And so I wasn't as consistent with that in 2023. And I have people in my leads with names, and I can't remember nothing about them. I could barely remember what I ate yesterday. So I have to I'm making a conscious effort in 2024 that every single interaction that I have with a lead, I have some notes on them electronically so that I can go back and refresh myself with what the conversation was about. Very, 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 very important. Very important. Anybody else want to share their takeaways?
I want to share my takeaway I think my takeaway is when you have a collection of people, business minded people, and they're coming in and they're sharing their knowledge and their know-how, when you can take what they have and use it and internalize it and implement it in your life and share it, be able to learn from it, adapt to it, and be able to share it with others, but allow it to enhance your life. So out of everybody that's on the panel, I take bits and pieces from everybody and collectively made it cohesive and something that I can learn from. So that's what my takeaway was.
I love it. I love it. That's real good, Delta. Anybody else want to share their takeaways from today? Let's go to the comments. Miss Brandy said, I learned to get our potential prospects on three-way calls with someone they can relate to, and get men on three-way calls with men because some men have an issue with processing information from women. That's good, Brandy. Yep. Good note. Very good takeaway. And Kay said, I love the notes section on the mobile app. It's so handy. Absolutely. In our industry, we are blessed that we have a mobile app where we can take notes on our leads, right? In the lead section, right? But even if you're not in our network marketing business, you are in some other network marketing business, whatever format that you're using to track your running list, whether it be, some people are using an Excel spreadsheet. That's what I was using. Anybody here using an Excel spreadsheet or used to use an Excel spreadsheet? Luce, you did? Okay. At least I'm not the only one. All right. Old school, whatever. Old school, right? But before we had the mobile app, right, it was a spreadsheet. And so with the spreadsheet, I could put the date I met them, their name. Another thing I always want to track is what city and state they live in, so that when there is a meeting or an event taking place in their market, I can invite them to it. And then I also want to, have a note section, to follow up, to remind me of the conversation or little things I need to know about them. Are they a single mom? Maybe what industry they work in, why they're looking, Also, I want to track what information did I send them? Did I send them to a webinar? Did I send them a video? Did I meet them on the street? Did I meet them at Publix? Whatever. You definitely want to, be able to track all of that. It's going to be helpful. All right. One more takeaway. Go ahead, Luz.
I feel like everyone has mentioned something that I've taken away from this meeting, but one of the things that jumped out is changing our vocabulary, because I would say,
she froze up, right? Luz,
can you
she
hear
froze.
me?
Okay, now we can hear you. Say it again.
That instead of saying, I have someone who's supposed to start on a certain date, and not just with that, but just anything in the business, I'm trying to really not use the word but.
Stop, say try.
I'm working on
There we go.
not using the word but anymore and using however. And I've noticed, like, I heard someone use it on a three-way call, and I was like, that totally just shifted the conversation a little bit. So just continue to implement that.
That's really, really, that's a good one, Luz, right? There are power in your words, and whatever you put out there is going to multiply. So you got to make sure that when you're speaking about, and this is just in general, whether it's business or personal, be careful about what you're saying. Stop saying negative things. Always find a way to turn that negative into a positive so that you get more positive results, right? Instead of talking about bills, talk about checks to pay the bills so we can get some more checks coming in, right? So always find a way to turn something that you wanted to say negative, find the positive, because there's two sides to everything. There's two sides to everything. And no matter what you say, there's always a positive way to say it, always. So that becomes an art as well. And you get better at it by practicing it, right? So everyone, thank you so much. It is 101. Thank you for an amazing virtual coffee break with Tanisha, and I will see you all on Thursday. Bye, everyone.
Real quick, Tanisha, I would say that virtual coffee break is Tuesday through Friday. It's just recorded with Tanisha on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Correct. We have virtual coffee break on Wednesdays and Fridays, and it's on the Zoom. It's on Zoom, so everybody can still join it on the Zoom and get a different perspective, because it's not just me. Y'all hear from me all the time, but man, the other ladies, they bring it as well, right? And so you definitely want to join and support. All right. Talk to you later. Bye, everyone.